In this presentation, we will be discussing Jaja of Opobo. We are going to analyze how powerful he was, how influential, wealthy he was. Most presentations tend to look at his act of resistance against the British encroachment into the Niger Delta area. But this analysis will delve into a whole lot of things about his commercial activity and his dealings with the British government. Please, if you're watching us for the very first time, please take time to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification icon so that anytime we bring a new content, you will be one of the earliest persons to be notified. Your contributions will as well be appreciated. Jaja was a powerful king of Opobo Kingdom that existed in the Niger Delta area of what later became Nigeria. The Niger Delta area signified the areas where the mighty river Niger emptied into the Atlantic Ocean. This is the basis for the name given to the area, the name which is Niger Delta area. Jaja was born at Amibo in Olo of the present-day Imo state of Nigeria. He was sold into slavery as a young boy and was taken to the Ana people house in the Niger Delta region. He grew up in the Niger Delta area. He grew up with a high level of interest in trading, and this helped him to rise in status. He worked himself up to become a well-known and dynamic trader in the Ana people house. The house systems here is something known for the Niger Delta region. The house system allows both freeborn and slaves to show their potential mainly through trading. Based on their activities, a slave under a house system had the capacity to rise to the highest level. This was the case of Jaja. Jaja later became the head of the house. Under him, the house became very wealthy. He was elected as the chief of the Ana people house in 1861, when the chief that was before him died. This generated some disagreements. As the Ana people house grew, Jaja took positive steps to strengthen this Ana people house. L.M. Okafor, in his documentation, tend to explain it in this way. He stated that Jaja enlarged Ana people house by absorbing small houses. This enlargement made the rival Manila people house, led by Okojombo, jealous. Okojombo himself was an influential ex-slave. A fire incident that ravaged the Bonny area in 1868 affected the Ana people house under Jaja. This situation made the leaders of the rival Manila people house to provoke war with the Jaja's house, with the intention of taking over the advantage of the situation. Since there was already a misfortune, Jaja and his men could not effectively defend themselves. This made Jaja and his followers to run out from the Bonny area and settled in the place that was believed to be owned by the Andoni people. In this new place, Jaja created the state of Opobo and went ahead to fortify it. Jaja was elected the king of the new state of Opobo. Now let's look at his business strategies and activities. After creating the settlement of Opobo, Jaja went ahead to strengthen the commercial activities of himself and his followers. L.M. Okafor went ahead to explain this by saying that Jaja created the Opobo settlement, and Jaja as well went ahead to negotiate a stronger business link or stronger business links with the hinterland markets. These new structures ended up cutting off the influence of the Bonny region. This affected business activities of his rivals at the Bonny region. He established strong links with the Igbo and the Kwa markets in the hinterland. With these strong links, he got constant supply of mainly palm oil, which he and his followers sold to the Europeans at the coast. Now, Falola and others in their book, The History of Nigeria too, tend to describe how Jaja's business involvement was operated. They went ahead to state that Jaja, the king of Opobo, had enjoyed a distinguished career in commerce, skillfully conducting trade in the entire Eastern Delta area, with the cleverness and firmness strengthened through alliances with various hinterland trading towns. This tends to explain Jaja's negotiation ability or negotiation capacity, which made him to create understanding with some hinterland markets. Falola and others went ahead to state that these alliances had been forged as a result of marriage alliances, friendships, and at times military conquests. His main strength lay in his shrewdness in the process of negotiations, as can be evidenced in favorable terms of a treaty negotiated between him and the British in 1885, by which the British themselves guaranteed the sovereignty of Opobo. Unfortunately, though, 1 year after the agreement with the British, a quarrel ensued between him and the British. The treaty between Jaja and the British was signed under British consul Hewitt. The quarrel resulted over attempts by the British traders to gain direct access to the hinterland market. This was to undermine the influence of Jaja and also the control of Jaja. Some of these markets were the Ohambele and Esene markets. These markets were highly rewarding to Jaja and his business partners. This did not go down well with Jaja. He did all within his power to block the British traders' quest to access the hinterland markets. Falola and others went ahead to explain it in this way. He said, indeed, any Nigerian trader in his sphere of commercial influence who attempted to trade directly with the British or any other foreign interests without Jaja's sanction was swiftly dealt with. A case in point involved an attack made in 1881 by Jaja's men against the people of Kwa Igbo, during which property belonging to African and European traders alike were destroyed. Jaja's monopoly over commercial activities in most parts of Niger Delta business links made the British uncomfortable. This made them to go after him. The amalgamated association formed by the British and European traders made unsuccessful attempts to break the commercial influence of Jaja and his men, despite the support of the British acting consul H. Johnston. The consul had earlier instructed Jaja to exact cunning and not to collect custom duties on traders in the Niger Delta region within the influence of Jaja's control. Johnston himself told Jaja that his practice of direct deals with England in the coast without the link of British traders in the coastal area amount to unjust competition against those that were made to pay duties in their operations. To check this raging disagreement between Jaja and and the British, Jaja sent some of his chiefs to Britain to explain his case to the Secretary of State for the colonies. The discussion with the Secretary of State for the colonies did not bring the results that Jaja wanted. This was because Consul Johnston went ahead to push towards exterminating the influence of Jaja. The British were as well worried about the growing influence of the French and the Germans in the region. With the Berlin Conference, the British were as well focused on strengthening their own influence in the region. Consul Johnston explained to Jaja that with the outcome of the British conference, free trade was now allowed in the Oil River area. The Oil River area here simply refers to as the Niger Delta region. The name Oil River was given by the British as a protectorate under their control. This instruction did not go down well with Jaja. Although Jaja made some promises to Johnston, he never kept them. Johnston himself devised means to deal with Jaja. In 1887, Johnston sailed to the region on a gunboat named Goshak. He invited Jaja on board in order for them to discuss the trade dispute. Jaja initially refused because he was not sure of his safety. Johnston assured Jaja that after the deliberation, he will be allowed to return to land and return to his kingdom. Having been guaranteed of his safety, Jaja went on board. Upon going on board, he was given two options. The first option was that he will agree to be taken to Accra to face trial. While the second option was that if he refuses to go to Accra, his kingdom Opobo will be attacked. In order to save his people, Jaja agreed to be taken to Accra. In Accra, he was tried and found guilty for blocking trade. He was deported from Accra to West Indies, where he was placed on £800 annual pension. In 1881, he was pardoned, but he died on his way home. With Jaja out of the way, the British took over the other areas, mainly the Bonny area, the Calabar area, and some other areas within the region. The British started to control trade and created monopoly for the British traders. The British went ahead to collect duties that they accused Jaja of collecting. Falola and others captured it in this way. They stated that in 1891, a government was established for the Oil River Protectorate. collecting revenues primarily from import duties, totaling nearly £90,000 in its first year. The bottom line of this was that the British had the intention of taking over the region, and Jaja was of strong opposition against their desire. This made them to work towards exterminating the influence of Jaja. Please, if you're watching us for the very first time, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification icon so that anytime we drop a new content, you will be one of the earliest persons to be notified. Your comments and contributions will be highly appreciated. Please also go ahead to share our content so that it will reach some other people that may like to watch them. Thanks for being part of this channel.